Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy TF Fox here, back with another fire video. Today we're going to be looking at the crew. Tragic news today, guys. We just heard that the crew will be shutting down forever on I believe it's March 24th 2024. So I just wanted to create a little commemorative video for one of my favorite games of all time. Jesus, that was loud. I hope the audio levels are right on here. There it is. The United States in its entirety in the crew. What makes the crew so unique? If you've been on my Steam, you've seen my Steam review on this game. I just wanted to sort of touch on a few of those points. I just wanted to talk about why I really love this game, what I think makes it so amazing whilst just cruising around in the game itself. So first things first, I'm going to turn off this music because, I mean, I love the music in this game, it's iconic, but I really don't want to get an audio strike. Copyright strike, sorry. So here we are in the crew one. It's a shame, man. It's going to be sad to see this go. Just so many things. Oh, got some Crown Vics over here. Oh, it was a car crash. Interesting. Well, see, this literally just brings up the first point that I had in this game. Okay, let's just back things up here, literally. I just wanted to take a screenshot of this because, you know, me and my screenshots. So yes, guys, the crew will be shutting down officially in March 2024. Now, this game, it's very special to me. Some people, for some people, this is just a game. This is just a simple game. The start of the crew series, it's boring. I don't know. But to me, and I hope to many others, it's something that's a lot more. It's honestly one of the most, probably the most underrated racing game of all time, one of the most underrated games of all time, and I want to try and explain a bit why. So, the first thing I want to mention, I mean, the crew came out in 2014. Now, that's 10 years ago at this point. It looks great, it plays great. In my opinion, this was back in a time when gaming as a whole, as an industry, wasn't so corporatized, and I think a lot more thought went into these games. I mean, you can see just so much stuff. Okay, we'll get to that. So the crew was never about cars. Okay, it was never about the racing in the game. It was never about having a huge car list. It was not about any of that. And if you think, you know, that's what it's about, then you're wrong. There's a bear. Oh, that's cute. The crew was always about this, what you're seeing right now, the world. That's what the crew was about. That's what made it unique. You know, we have plenty of games out there that are just focused on racing and a huge list of cars, like Forza Ryzen, Gran Turismo, all that kind of stuff. But the crew nailed this sort of arcade racer with a cool open world that isn't Need for Speed. I mean, like, it's realistic looking, it plays very realistically, and like, okay, let's just look at the map for a second. Now, the crew is one of the biggest maps of all time. It is in gaming. I believe it's the size of, like, Rhode Island 1-to-1. Now, obviously this is a recreation of the whole United States, and obviously they couldn't do it 1-to-1, they couldn't fit in everything, but the way they've done it is really, really clever. The way that they've condensed it down into having sort of landmarks generally where they are, like you've got New York here, Washington, Miami, Dallas, Las Vegas, Chicago, Detroit, etc. It creates this illusion that you are actually in a 1-to-1 recreation of the United States, if that makes sense. And it's incredible the way they do it. It's so incredible that they used it again in the crew too, but they downgraded it. Anyway, and again, you know, the crew 2 was the first sign that they were sort of deviating from this unique game design that they had. And now with the crew Motorfest, obviously, they've just proven that even more, that they just wanted to sort of make it like a car game, like Forza Horizon. Now, I'm not saying they're bad games, but I just wanted to highlight what made this game so underrated, so great, and what we could have had in the future if they would continue down this path. So, just driving around here, like, there's this feeling that you get when you play the crew, okay, with its game world. And that feeling is something that I've honestly never ever scene. I don't want to get into a police chase just yet. We've got an East Coast State Trooper right there. It's this feeling that I've never felt in a game before, and that feeling is the feeling of just driving and just not worrying about it ending. There's another State Trooper there. Like, not worrying about the map ending or seeing the same thing twice. Uh-oh. We're entering New York here, so that should be interesting. In most games, when you... I'm getting so distracted, there's a crown big there, that's pretty cool. In most games when you play, like GTA 5 for example, you can drive, you can keep driving and do a police chase or just drive around the map, but you're gonna eventually end up at the same spot you've been in. I mean, the whole map probably takes about 10 minutes to drive one end to the other. The Crew, as I'm playing it, like I can keep driving this way and it won't end for at least an hour. I think it takes an hour to go, hour and a half, say, to drive super fast to go from one side of the map to the other. And keep in mind that this game has a true sense of speed, unlike GTA, which is manipulated. Oh, it's close. Manipulated the sense of speed to make the game map feel bigger, which is actually props to Rockstar. But this game is huge, is basically what I'm trying to get at here. It is a huge game world, and look, it might not be the most detailed, because obviously a game world this size, you can't make it like Watch Dogs, for example, with such level of detail in the world. But honestly, guys, it still has a surprising amount of detail. I mean, just driving around here, some blocks look the same, sure, but there's so much uniqueness in everything else that it makes up for it. I mean, as I'm driving through, we see traffic, we see lots of stuff in the skies, which is something they removed from the Crew 2, which is disappointing. You can see planes, helicopters, hot air balloons, birds, oops. And then, as we've seen, you can see pedestrians, you can see animals, you can see cars, police cars, all kinds of things, and random events, like we saw that car accident at the beginning of the video. So, it's a truly living world. You can see a plane at the top of the screen there that's taking off, or going, landing, doing something. It's truly unique. Look at this house right here, all dilapidated. I've never seen that before. And it is a shame, because I don't think I've even gotten to experience it all, and I don't think I ever will. And that's the good thing about this game, good or bad, depending on how you see it. I've played this game for a long time. Maybe not on PC, you might be wondering why my map isn't fully unlocked. Because I've completed the game, I've finished, well, I finished it on here, but my main playthrough was on PS4. I spent hundreds of hours on there. And I've experienced what I'd consider to be a majority of the map. On PS4, I had most of this unlocked. Even on PC, you can see. But I still haven't seen like 5% of what this game world has to offer. You know, you can drive around this game world for days on end and still find new things. It's incredible. And it is a shame that I think we'll actually never